Welcome to How to Play with me, Peter. Today we are playing the Castles of Mad King Ludwig. In the Castles of Mad King Ludwig, you play the eccentric king in a bid to build the greatest castle that you can. And the game plays over a number of turns, at the end of which the player with the most victory points is the winner. You start with just a foyer, and this is what you will build your castle around, adding different rooms as you go throughout the game. Each turn, one player will be the master builder. Master builder passes to the left throughout the game, or each turn passes to the left. And the master builder has quite an important role to play. At the start of each turn, the master builder will turn over rooming cards to show which size rooms will get added to the bidding track. They will do this until all the spaces on the bidding track are filled in. And there are lots of different types of rooms, all of which are denoted by a coloured background, but also by a symbol in the corner of the room. For example, this room is a garden, denoted by the green background, but also by the little tree icon in the bottom corner. And this is a 500 size room. Once the master builder has filled all the spaces on the bidding track, they can rearrange the rooms however they see fit, based on what they think people are willing to spend to purchase each room. For example, like this. Once the master builder is happy with the bidding track, the person to the left may purchase one of these rooms for the shown price. And in doing so, they pay the master builder, not the bank. This continues until each of the other players has purchased a room off the bidding track, and then the master builder can buy a room from what is left. The master builder pays the bank. However, players do not have to buy a room. They can buy a hallway or a staircase. Both of these still get paid to the master builder. If a player is low on money, they can take £5,000 from the bank as their turn. When you buy a room, you have to add it to your castle via a connecting door. Each room has different doorways that allow you to add it to your castle. Once added to your castle, a room cannot be moved, and your castle will grow out from this point onwards. Once you place a room, it will score you victory points based on the black castle icon in the top corner. These are scored immediately. Each type of room will then score you different victory points based on what is inside that room. Some rooms score you victory points for other types of room that are connected to them, such as in this example, denoted by the little logo for doorways. This room would score you 2 victory points for being connected to an activity room or a garden. Other rooms will score you minus victory points if they are next to a room, so their walls are touching. In this case, this activity room would score you minus 1 victory points for being next to any of these 3 types. And next to doesn't have to mean connected via doorway, it can just mean their walls are touching. Other types of rooms that score you points are downstairs rooms. Downstairs rooms will score you victory points for any of this type of room within your castle. And you keep doing that as you add more rooms to your castle. Another point about downstairs rooms is they can only be built downstairs. So in order to build them, you first need to have a staircase going downstairs. The other way you can score points or score different actions is by completing a room. Now, a room is completed once all of the doorways are connected to other rooms. And this is what the room completions card is for. So it shows you each of the different rewards you receive for completing each of the different types of rooms. At the end of the turn, you add £1,000 to each of the remaining rooms on the bidding track to incentivise them being picked again, and then the master builder would fill it up and rearrange it. The game ends when the rooming deck is completely finished. If there are still empty spaces on the bidding track though, the master builder can choose which type of room to add to the track. The other thing that you need to be aware of are the common objectives. In a 3 or 4 player game, there are 4 common objectives, and these score you points at the end of the game for being the first person to complete that objective, second, third and fourth. For example, this one denotes the floor space, the most floor space for purple rooms. This one denotes the person with the most gardens, person with the most open doorways, and the person with the most circular rooms. These are randomised each game, so it's worth becoming familiar with what each of them is. Also, throughout the game, you will have your own personal objectives that will score you more victory points at the end of the game. Once the last round has been completed, that is the end, and the person with the highest victory points wins. And that is how you play the Castles of Mad King Ludwig.